husband's family helped him cheat, then said I was the reason why. Hey, Vanessa, my husband's cousin Derek said, grinning. His cheeks were flushed, eyes glassy. So, real talk. You cool with the other girlfriend? Or is that like a don't ask, don't tell situation? I blinked. What? Derek laughed, loud enough that heads turned. Come on, you know, the whole thing with Derek? My husband's voice cut across the yard. He stood by the grill, spatula frozen mid-flip. Shut up! Derek's grin faltered. He glanced between us, then shrugged. I just figured she knew, man. Everyone else does. The noise around me seemed to flatten. Conversations didn't stop, but they shifted. People suddenly very interested in their coleslaw, in refilling drinks, in checking their phones. My sister-in-law stood abruptly and walked toward the house. My mother-in-law, stationed at the picnic table with a tray of buns, went completely still. I set my plate down. Everyone else knows what? Derek opened his mouth, then closed it. He looked at my husband, who had abandoned the grill and was crossing the lawn toward us. Dude, you thought wrong. My husband grabbed Derek's shoulder, fingers digging in. Go inside. I'm not a kid, man. Let go. Now. Derek shook him off and stood, muttering something under his breath as he headed toward the house. My husband turned to me, jaw tight, and I saw it then. The panic behind his eyes. The way his hands flexed at his sides like he was trying to decide what to do with them. What is he talking about? I asked. He's drunk. Ignore him. Everyone's staring. Because he made a scene. It's nothing. I looked past him, scanning the yard. His father had moved to the far corner, pretending to inspect the fence. His sister was whispering to her husband, both of them glancing my way. My mother-in-law finally moved, walking toward us with her hands clasped in front of her like she was approaching a funeral. Vanessa, honey, she started, voice syrupy. Derek's had too much to drink. You know how he gets. What girlfriend? I said. She blinked. What? Derek asked if I was okay with the other girlfriend. What does that mean? My husband stepped between us. Mom, go back to the table. I'm just trying to go. She hesitated, then retreated, but not far. She hovered near the picnic table, watching. Everyone was watching now, the pretense of normalcy completely gone. My husband reached for my arm, but I pulled back. Tell me what he meant. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Then why did you tell him to shut up? Because he was embarrassing you. He was embarrassing me? My voice rose. You grabbed him. You looked terrified. And now your whole family is acting like someone died. You're overreacting. Then explain it, right now. He stared at me, mouth opening and closing, and I realized he wasn't going to. He was going to stand there and lie or deflect or walk away, because that's what he'd been doing all along. I just hadn't seen it. I walked to the car without saying goodbye. Behind me, voices overlapped. My husband calling my name, his mother saying something about staying calm, his sister hissing at Derek. I didn't turn around. My hands shook as I unlocked the door, slid into the driver's seat and pulled out of the driveway. In the rearview mirror, my husband stood at the curb, phone already pressed to his ear. The kids were at my sister's for the weekend. The house was empty when I got home. I sat in the kitchen staring at the table, trying to make sense of what had just happened. Derek's words looped in my head. You cool with the other girlfriend? The way everyone had frozen. The way my husband had looked at me. Not confused, not angry, but caught. My phone buzzed. A text from my mother-in-law. Derek feels terrible. He had too much to drink and said something stupid. Please don't let this ruin the day. Then my sister-in-law. I'm so sorry about Derek. He didn't mean anything by it. You know how he is. Then my husband's father. Family is everything. Let's not blow this out of proportion. I set the phone down. It buzzed again. And again. I turned it over so I couldn't see the screen. When my husband came home an hour later, he found me still sitting there. He set his keys on the counter, slow and deliberate, like he was approaching something fragile. We need to talk, he said. Yes. He pulled out the chair across from me and sat. Derek was drunk. He was trying to be funny and it came out wrong. What was the joke? I don't know. He's an idiot. Everyone acted like they knew what he was talking about, because he made it sound like something it wasn't. What wasn't it? He rubbed his face. Vanessa, come on. You're taking this too seriously. Then help me understand. What did he mean by the other girlfriend? Nothing. He was messing around. Your mom told me not to blow it out of proportion. Your dad texted me about family. Why would they do that if it was just a joke? Because they don't want you upset over nothing. It's not nothing if everyone's texting me. He leaned back, arms crossed. What do you want me to say? The truth. I'm telling you the truth. I looked at him. His jaw was tight, his eyes fixed on the table. He wasn't meeting my gaze. You grabbed Derek. You looked scared. I was pissed. He embarrassed you in front of everyone. He embarrassed me or he embarrassed you? What's that supposed to mean? You didn't look embarrassed for me. You looked like you were trying to shut him up before he said more. Because he was drunk and running his mouth. About what? About nothing. I stood. My chair scraped against the floor. I'm going to bed. Vanessa, I don't want to hear it. I left him sitting there and went upstairs. I didn't sleep. I lay in the dark, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment from the barbecue. The way his mother had clasped her hands. The way his sister had whispered to her husband. The way Derek had said, everyone else does, like it was common knowledge. My phone buzzed on the nightstand. I picked it up. Another text from my mother-in-law. Please call me when you get a chance. I think we should talk. I didn't respond. The next morning, my husband was already gone when I woke up. A note on the counter said he had to run errands. I made coffee and sat at the table, scrolling through my phone. My mother-in-law had sent 2 more messages overnight. My sister-in-law had sent one. Even my husband's father had texted again. Let's put this behind us. I opened my laptop and logged into our shared cloud account. I didn't know what I was looking for. I scrolled through photos first. Family trips, holidays, birthdays. I stopped on a picture from last Christmas. My husband stood beside the tree with his parents and siblings. I wasn't in it. I remembered taking the photo. I'd offered, and no one had suggested I hand the camera to someone else so I could join. I kept scrolling. Thanksgiving 2 years ago. A group shot at the table. I wasn't in it. Easter. A photo of my husband and the kids in the backyard. I wasn't in it. I opened another album. His parents' anniversary party. I'd been there, but in every group photo I was missing. I closed the laptop and picked up my phone. I called my sister. Hey, she said. How was the barbecue? Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you think his family likes me? She paused. Why are you asking? Just answer. I mean, they're polite. They've always been polite. That's not what I asked. Another pause. I don't know, Vanessa. They're kind of closed off. Why? What happened? I told her about Derek, about the texts, about the photos. She didn't interrupt. When I finished, she was quiet for a long moment. What are you going to do? She finally asked. I don't know. Do you think he's cheating? I didn't answer. I didn't know how to. That night, my husband came home late. He said he'd been at his parents' house. I asked why. He said they wanted to talk about the barbecue. I asked what they said. He said they were upset about Derek and wanted to make sure I was okay. They texted me, I said. They didn't ask if I was okay. They asked me not to overreact. They're worried you're going to make this into something it's not. What is it? A misunderstanding? Then why won't you explain it? I have explained it. No, you've told me it's nothing. That's not an explanation. He sighed. I don't know what else you want from me. I want you to tell me why Derek said what he said. I want you to tell me why your whole family acted like they were hiding something. I want you to tell me why I'm not in any of the photos. What photos? The ones from Christmas, Thanksgiving, your parents' anniversary. I'm not in any of them. You probably just weren't around when they were taken. I was there. I was standing right there. He stared at me. You're really doing this. Doing what? Making this into some big conspiracy. I'm asking questions. You're accusing me of something. I'm asking you to be honest. He turned and walked toward the stairs. I'm going to bed. I didn't follow him. I stayed downstairs until I heard him close the bedroom door. Then I opened my laptop again and went back to the photos. I clicked through albums methodically this time, noting dates and locations. His cousin's wedding 3 years ago. I'd been there, but the only photo with me in it was one I'd taken myself. A selfie with the kids. His brother's graduation party. His mother's birthday dinner. A weekend trip to the lake house. In every album, there were dozens of photos. Group shots, candid moments, posed pictures by the water. I appeared in none of them. I opened Facebook and searched for his mother's profile. Her page was public, filled with family updates and photos. I scrolled back through the years. There, a post from last Thanksgiving. A photo of the whole family around the dining table. Everyone smiling. The caption read, "So grateful for this beautiful family." I wasn't in the picture. I'd been in the kitchen when it was taken, cleaning up. No one had called me over. I kept scrolling. Christmas 2 years ago. Easter, the 4th of July. Every major holiday had a post, and I was absent from all of them. But there was someone else. A woman with dark hair and a wide smile standing beside my husband in at least 4 different photos. In one, his arm was around her shoulders. In another, she was holding my daughter. I clicked on the woman's profile. It was private. Her name was Simone. I didn't recognize it. I went back to my mother-in-law's page and searched for her name in the comments. She appeared everywhere. Under a photo of my husband at a work event. So proud of you. Under a picture of the kids at the park. They're getting so big. Under a post about a family dinner. Can't wait for next time. I closed the laptop and sat in the dark. My hands were cold. I tried to remember if I'd ever heard the name Simone before. I couldn't. The next morning, I waited until my husband left for work. Then I went out to his truck. He usually kept it locked, but today he'd left it open. I climbed into the passenger seat and opened the glove compartment. Registration, insurance, a handful of receipts. I unfolded them one by one. Gas station, hardware store, another gas station, then one from a restaurant I didn't recognize. 2 entrees, a bottle of wine, dessert. The date was 3 weeks ago. He'd told me he was helping his father fix a fence that night. I checked the center console. More receipts. A movie theater, 2 tickets, a florist, a hotel, 2 nights, a suite. The date was last month. He'd said he had a work conference. I took photos of everything with my phone, then put the receipts back exactly as I'd found them. I climbed out of the truck and went back inside. My hands were shaking. I sat at the kitchen table and stared at the photos on my phone. The hotel receipt was dated for a weekend when I'd stayed home with the kids because he said his mother needed help cleaning out the garage. I called his mother. She answered on the second ring. Vanessa, honey, how are you? I'm fine. I wanted to ask you something. Of course. Last month when my husband helped you clean out the garage, what day was that? She paused. The garage? He said you needed help. He was gone all weekend. Oh, yes, that was, let me think. I believe it was a Saturday. Which Saturday? I'm not sure, honey. Why? I'm just trying to remember. Was it the weekend of the 15th? Another pause. I think so, yes. And he was there all day? Well, he came by in the morning. We worked for a few hours and then he had to leave. He said he had errands. What time did he leave? I don't know, maybe noon? And you didn't see him after that? No, why are you asking? Just curious, thanks. I hung up before she could say more. He told me he was there all weekend. She said he left at noon. The hotel receipt was for 2 nights starting that Saturday. I opened my laptop and logged into our cell phone account. I pulled up his call and text logs. Pages and pages of numbers. I didn't recognize most of them. I copied one into a search engine. Nothing. I tried another. Still nothing. Then I saw a number that appeared dozens of times. Sometimes multiple calls in a single day. I searched it. No results. I saved it in my phone. That night, my husband came home and acted like nothing had happened. He asked about my day. I said it was fine. He asked what I wanted for dinner. I said I wasn't hungry. He heated up leftovers and ate in front of the TV. I sat at the table scrolling through his mother's Facebook page again. Simone had commented on a post from that morning. Miss you guys. I took a screenshot. When my husband went upstairs to shower, I opened the iPad we kept in the living room. It was old, something we'd stopped using years ago, but it was still linked to his Apple ID. I opened messages. The app synced, and a flood of conversations appeared. I scrolled through them. Most were from his family, work contacts, friends. Then I saw a thread with no name, just a phone number, the same number I'd found in the call logs. I opened it. The messages went back years, hundreds of them. I scrolled to the most recent. Miss you, can't wait for this weekend. Me too. I'll figure something out. Your mom said she'd cover again if you need. She always does. I scrolled further back. Photos. The 2 of them at a restaurant, at a park, in a hotel room. Messages about meeting up, about lying to me, about his mother helping him come up with excuses. One message from 2 years ago. She's starting to ask questions. Be careful. His response, she won't figure it out. She never does. I set the iPad down. My chest felt tight, but I forced myself to keep breathing. breathing. I heard the shower turn off upstairs. I picked up the iPad again and took photos of the messages with my phone. Then I closed the app and put the iPad back where I'd found it. When my husband came downstairs, I was sitting on the couch. He sat beside me and reached for the remote. "Who's Simone?" I asked. He froze. "What? Simone? Who is she? I don't know what you're talking about. She's in a lot of photos on your mom's Facebook. She comments on everything. She's holding our daughter in one of them." He didn't look at me. "She's a family friend." "What kind of family friend?" "Just someone we've known for a while." "How long?" "I don't know. A few years." "Why have I never met her?" "You probably have. You just don't remember." "I'd remember someone who's in that many photos with you." He stood. "I don't want to do this right now." "Do what? This, whatever you're trying to start?" "I'm asking about someone who's apparently close enough to your family to hold my kid." "She's not close. She's just around sometimes." "Around where?" "At family stuff." "I'm at family stuff. I've never seen her." "Maybe you weren't paying attention. Or maybe you made sure I wasn't there when she was." He turned to face me. "You're being paranoid." "Am I?" "Yes. You're taking one comment from Derek and turning it into this whole thing. I found receipts in your truck. A hotel, a restaurant, a florist. All from nights you said you were helping your parents." His face went pale. "You went through my truck? You left it unlocked. That doesn't give you the right." "Who were you with?" "No one. Those were for work." "A hotel suite was for work?" "It was a client meeting. For 2 nights?" "It was a conference." "You told me you were helping your dad fix a fence." "I did both." "Your mom said you left at noon." He stared at me. "You called my mom?" "I wanted to check." "You're checking up on me now?" "You're lying to me." "I'm not lying. You're twisting everything." "Then explain the messages." "What messages?" "The ones on the iPad. The ones with the phone number that's been calling you for years." He went completely still. "You went through my messages?" "They synced automatically." "That's private." "So is cheating." "I'm not cheating." "Then who is she?" "No one." "Her name is Simone. She's in your messages. She's in photos with you. Your mom covers for you so you can see her." "That's not no one." He turned and walked toward the door. "I'm not doing this." "Where are you going?" "Out." "To see her?" He didn't answer. He grabbed his keys and left. I heard the truck start, then pull out of the driveway. I sat on the couch, staring at the wall. My phone buzzed. A text from my mother-in-law. "He just called. He's very upset. Please stop accusing him of things that aren't true." I didn't respond. Another text came through, this time from my sister-in-law. "I don't know what's going on, but you need to trust him. He's a good man." Then my husband's father. "This is getting out of hand. We need to sit down and talk like adults." I turned my phone off and went upstairs. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Hours later, I heard the front door open. My husband's footsteps on the stairs. The bedroom door creaked. He stood in the doorway, silhouetted by the hallway light. "We need to talk," he said. "I'm listening." He stepped inside and closed the door. "You can't keep doing this." "Doing what?" "Accusing me, going through my stuff, calling my family." "Then tell me the truth." "I have." "No. You've told me it's nothing. That's not the truth." He sat on the edge of the bed. "You're making this so much harder than it needs to be." "Making what harder?" He didn't answer. I waited until he fell asleep. Then I got up and went back downstairs. The iPad was still on the coffee table. I opened it and went straight to messages. I scrolled past the thread with Simone and started checking the others. His mother's name appeared near the top. I opened it. The messages went back years. I scrolled to the oldest ones first. "He's coming over Thursday. I told Vanessa you needed help with the yard." "Perfect. Thanks, Mom. Just be careful. She's been asking questions." "She won't figure it out." I kept scrolling. More of the same. His mother offering to cover for him, suggesting excuses, warning him when I seemed suspicious. Then I found one from 6 months ago. "You need to delete these after we talk. She's been on her phone a lot lately." "I will." But he hadn't. The thread was still there, every message intact. I took photos of everything. Then I opened his email. The account was still logged in. I searched for Simone's name. Dozens of results. Dinner reservations, hotel confirmations, flight bookings. I opened one from last year. 2 tickets to Denver. A weekend trip. He told me he was visiting a college friend. I searched for his mother's name. More results. Emails coordinating his schedule. Reminders to call Vanessa before you leave so she doesn't get suspicious. Even a message about buying flowers for me after a trip so I wouldn't ask questions. I sat there for an hour, clicking through emails, taking screenshots, my hands moving automatically while my brain tried to catch up. Every lie had a paper trail. Every excuse had been coordinated. His entire family had been in on it. When I finally went back upstairs, my husband was still asleep. I lay down beside him and stared at the ceiling until morning. He left early for work without saying goodbye. I waited until his truck disappeared down the street, then I called my sister. "I need you to come over," I said. "What's wrong?" "Just come." She arrived 20 minutes later. I showed her everything. The photos, the emails, the messages between him and his mother. She sat on the couch scrolling through my phone, her face getting paler with each screenshot. "This is insane," she finally said. "I know. His mom was helping him cheat on you. For years. What are you going to do?" "I don't know yet." She handed my phone back. "You need to confront them. All of them." "I tried. They just lie." "Then you need proof they can't deny." "I have proof. I mean in person. Record it. Make them say it out loud." I thought about that. "How?" "Set up a meeting. Tell them you want to talk things through. Bring your phone. Record everything. They'll just deny it again." "Not if you show them the messages first. Make them explain." I looked at the screenshots on my phone. What if they turn it around on me? Say I'm invading his privacy or making things up. Then you leave. You take the kids and you leave. I nodded. My hands were shaking again. Okay. That afternoon I texted my mother-in-law. "Can we meet? I think we need to talk about everything." She responded immediately. "Of course, honey. Come by tonight. We'll figure this out." I told my sister I'd call her after. Then I spent the rest of the day going through the house, looking for anything else I might have missed. I checked drawers, closets, the garage. In a box in the back of his closet, I found a second phone. It was old, the battery dead. I plugged it in and waited for it to turn on. When it finally powered up, I opened the messages. The same number I'd seen before. Simone. But these messages were older, from before he'd switched to the iPad. I scrolled through them. Photos of the two of them. Messages about meeting up, about how much they missed each other, about how hard it was to keep lying. One message stopped me cold. It was from 4 years ago, right after our daughter was born. "I wish I could be there with you." "Me too, but she just had the baby. I have to stay." "I know, it's just hard. I'll make it up to you, I promise." I sat on the floor of the closet, staring at the screen. He'd been texting her from the hospital. While I was recovering, while I was holding our newborn daughter, he'd been telling another woman he wished he was with her instead. I took photos of everything. Then I put the phone back in the box and went downstairs. When my husband came home that evening, I was sitting at the table. He set his keys down and looked at me. "I'm going to your parents' house," I said. Why? Your mom invited me. She said we should talk. He frowned. About what? Everything? I don't think that's a good idea. Why not? Because you're just going to accuse everyone of lying again. I have proof. Proof of what? That you've been cheating, that your mom's been helping you, that your whole family has been lying to me for years. He stared at me. You're really going to do this? Yes. Fine, I'll come with you. I don't want you there. It's my family, and it's my marriage. He grabbed his keys. I'm coming. We drove separately. I didn't trust myself to be in the same car with him. When I pulled up to his parents' house, his truck was already in the driveway. I sat in my car for a moment, gripping the steering wheel, trying to steady my breathing. Then I got out and walked to the door. His mother answered before I could knock. Vanessa, honey, come in. The whole family was there. His father, his sister, his brother, even Derek sitting in the corner with his arms crossed. My husband stood by the fireplace watching me. Sit down, his mother said, gesturing to the couch. I stayed standing. I want to know the truth. We've told you the truth, his father said. No, you've told me lies, all of you. His sister sighed. Vanessa, we're trying to help. Help with what? With this situation. What situation? No one answered. I pulled out my phone and opened the screenshots. I found messages between him and his mom. She's been covering for him for years, telling me he's helping you when he's really with someone else. His mother's face went pale. Where did you get those? His iPad, his email, his old phone. You went through his things? He's been lying to me. That doesn't give you the right. Who's Simone? The room went silent. My husband looked at his mother. She looked at his father. His sister stared at the floor. She's a friend, his mother finally said. A friend you help him sneak around to see? It's not like that. Then what is it like? It's complicated. Complicated how? She glanced at my husband. He shook his head slightly, but she kept talking. He's been seeing her for a while. We thought it was better if you didn't know. Better for who? For everyone. How is lying to me better for everyone? Because you would have overreacted. Overreacted to my husband cheating? He's not cheating, his father said. He has feelings for someone else. I stared at him. That's cheating. It's more complicated than that. No, it's not. My husband finally spoke. Vanessa, please, just listen. To what? More lies? To the truth. I already know the truth. You've been with her for years. Your mom's been helping you. Your whole family knew and no one told me. Because we didn't want to hurt you, his mother said. You didn't want to hurt me? You've been lying to my face for years. We were trying to protect you. From what? From this. From you being upset. I'm upset because you lied, not because I found out. His sister stood. Vanessa, you're not being fair. Fair? We were trying to keep the family together. By helping him cheat? By supporting him. Supporting him how? By letting him be happy. I looked at my husband. He wouldn't meet my eyes. Is that what this is? You being happy? He didn't answer. Answer me. I didn't want it to be like this. Like what? Complicated. You made it complicated. You lied. You cheated. You brought your whole family into it. I didn't have a choice. You had a choice. You chose her. His mother stepped forward. Vanessa, honey, please. We're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to help. Help how? By being honest now. You're not being honest. You're making excuses. We're trying to explain. There's nothing to explain. He cheated. You helped him. That's it. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. She reached for my arm. I pulled back. Don't touch me. Vanessa, I'm done. I turned and walked toward the door. Behind me, voices overlapped. My husband calling my name. His mother saying something about staying calm. His father telling everyone to sit down. I didn't stop. I got in my car and drove home. I sat in the driveway for 10 minutes before I went inside. The house was dark. I turned on the kitchen light and stood at the counter, staring at my phone. 17 missed calls, 12 texts, all from his family. I didn't read them. The front door opened. My husband walked in, keys jangling in his hand. He stopped when he saw me. You left, he said. Yes. We weren't done talking. I was. He set his keys down. You can't just walk out like that. I can do whatever I want. My family was trying to help. Help with what? Explaining why they've been lying to me for years? He rubbed his face. It's not that simple. Everyone keeps saying that. It is that simple. No, it's not. He pulled out a chair and sat. Things got complicated. When? A long time ago. How long? Does it matter? Yes. He stared at the table. 5 years. 5 years. It wasn't supposed to happen. It just did. What just happened? I met her at a work thing. We started talking. It turned into more. And you didn't think to tell me? I didn't know how. You say the words. You tell me you want a divorce. You don't lie for 5 years. I didn't want a divorce. Then what did you want? He didn't answer. You wanted both of us. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? I didn't want to hurt you. So you lied instead. I was trying to figure it out. For 5 years. Yes. And your mom helped you. She was trying to help me be happy. By lying to me. By giving me space to figure things out. Space to cheat. I wasn't cheating. You were with another woman for 5 years. That's cheating. It's more complicated than that. Stop saying that. He stood. I don't know what you want from me. I want you to admit what you did. I just did. No. You made excuses. You blamed stress. You said it was complicated. That's not admitting anything. What do you want me to say? That you cheated? That you lied? That your family helped you? Fine, I cheated, I lied, my family helped. Are you happy now? No. Then what do you want? I want to know why. I told you, things got complicated. That's not a reason. It's the only reason I have. I looked at him. His face was blank like he'd already checked out of the conversation. Do you love her? He hesitated. I don't know. You've been with her for 5 years and you don't know? It's complicated. Stop saying that. I don't know what else to say. Say the truth. I am. No, you're avoiding it. He turned toward the door. I need some air. You're leaving again? I just need to think. About what? About all of this. There's nothing to think about. You cheated. That's it. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. He grabbed his keys and walked out. I heard the truck start, then pull away. I stood in the kitchen, staring at the empty doorway. My phone buzzed. A text from his mother. We need to talk. I'm coming over. I didn't respond. 20 minutes later, headlights swept across the living room window. I heard car doors slam, then footsteps on the porch. The doorbell rang. I opened the door. His mother stood there with his father beside her. She was holding her purse in front of her like a shield. Can we come in? She asked. I stepped aside. They walked past me into the living room. His father sat on the couch. His mother stayed standing. We need to clear some things up, she said. Like what? Like what you think happened. I know what happened. You helped him him cheat. That's not what we did. Then what did you do? She set her purse on the coffee table. We supported him. Supported him how? By being there for him when things got hard. Things got hard because he was lying. He was trying to figure out what he wanted. He's married. He has kids. There's nothing to figure out. It's not that simple. Everyone keeps saying that. His father leaned forward. Vanessa, we understand you're upset. Upset doesn't cover it, but you need to understand our position. Your position? We were trying to do what was best for everyone. Best for who? For the family. I'm part of this family. Of course you are. Then why did you lie to me? His mother sat down beside his father. We didn't lie. We just didn't tell you everything. That's lying. We were protecting you. From what? From being hurt. I'm hurt now. Because you found out if you hadn't, you'd be fine. I stared at her. You think I'd be fine not knowing my husband was cheating? You wouldn't have known. You would have been happy. I wouldn't have been happy. I would have been lied to. Sometimes that's the same thing. No, it's not. His father cleared his throat. Vanessa, we're not trying to upset you. We're trying to explain. Explain what? Why we did what we did. You did it because you wanted him to be happy. You didn't care about me. That's not true. Then why didn't you tell me? Because we knew you'd react like this. Like what? Angry. Irrational. I'm not irrational. I'm reacting to being lied to for 5 years. His mother folded her hands in her lap. We weren't betraying you. We were supporting his happiness. His happiness? What about mine? You were happy. You had the kids, the house, the family. I had lies. You had stability. Built on lies. Built on love. Love doesn't look like this. She sighed. Vanessa, honey, you're young. You don't understand how complicated marriage can be. I understand that cheating is wrong. It's not cheating if he still loves you. He's been with someone else for 5 years. That's cheating. He never stopped being your husband. He stopped being faithful. Faithful isn't just about one person. Yes, it is. His father stood. Vanessa, we're not going to agree on this. No, we're not. But we need to figure out how to move forward. Move forward how? As a family. You're not my family. Not anymore. His mother's face hardened. Don't say that. Why not? It's true. We've been nothing but good to you. You've been lying to me. We've been protecting you. I didn't ask to be protected. You didn't have to. That's what family does. Family doesn't help someone cheat. We weren't helping him cheat. We were helping him be happy. Those are the same thing. No, they're not. I walked to the door and opened it. You need to leave. His mother stood. Vanessa, please, let's talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. We can work this out. No, we can't. His father walked toward the door. His mother followed, slower, like she was waiting for me to change my mind. She stopped in the doorway. You're making a mistake, she said. The mistake was trusting you. We were trying to help. You weren't helping. You were covering for him. We were doing what was best. For who? For everyone. Not for me. She stared at me for a long moment. Then she turned and walked to the car. His father followed. I watched them drive away, then closed the door and locked it. My phone buzzed. A text from my husband. Where are you? I didn't respond. Another text. My parents said you kicked them out. I turned my phone off and went upstairs. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Hours passed. I heard the front door open. Footsteps on the stairs. My husband appeared in the doorway. We need to talk, he said. I'm done talking. My parents are upset. I don't care. You can't just kick them out. I can do whatever I want. They were trying to help. They were making excuses for you. They were explaining. There's nothing to explain. He sat on the edge of the bed. What do you want me to do? I want you to leave. This is my house. It's our house, and I want you out of it. Where am I supposed to go? I don't care. Vanessa, get out. He stood. Fine, I'll go to my parents. Of course you will. He grabbed a duffel bag from the closet and started throwing clothes into it. I watched him pack, his movements jerky and angry. When he finished, he slung the bag over his shoulder and walked to the door. This isn't over, he said. Yes, it is. He left. I heard the truck start, then fade into the distance. I lay back down and closed my eyes. The next morning, I woke to the sound of car doors slamming. I looked out the window and saw 3 vehicles in the driveway. My husband's truck, his parents' sedan, and his sister's SUV. I checked my phone. 8 missed calls, a dozen texts, all variations of, we need to talk, and this has gone too far. I went downstairs. They were already inside, standing in the living room like they owned the place. My husband must have given them his key. His mother held a casserole dish. His sister had brought coffee. His father stood by the fireplace with his arms crossed. We're here to fix this, his mother announced. I stopped at the bottom of the stairs. Get out. Vanessa, honey, we need to talk. I said get out. His sister set the coffee on the table. We're not leaving until we work this out. There's nothing to work out. Yes, there is, his father said. You're tearing this family apart. I'm tearing it apart? You're the one making accusations, because they're true. My husband stepped forward. Can we just sit down and talk like adults? I tried that. You lied. I'm trying to be honest now that I have proof. His mother set the casserole on the counter. Vanessa, we understand you're upset, but you need to think about the children. I am thinking about them. Then you need to stop this. They don't need to see their parents fighting. They don't need to see their father cheating either. He's not cheating, his sister said. He made a mistake. For 5 years. People make mistakes. Not for 5 years. That's a choice. His father moved closer. Vanessa, you're being unreasonable. Unreasonable? You're blowing this out of proportion. He's been lying to me since our daughter was born, and he's trying to make it right. By bringing all of you here to gang up on me, we're not ganging up on you, his mother said. We're trying to help. You've been helping him lie. We've been supporting him through a difficult time. Difficult for who? For all of us. I walked to the kitchen and grabbed my phone. I pulled up the screenshots and held it out. This is you. Telling him to delete messages. Telling him I'm asking questions. Helping him come up with excuses. She glanced at the screen, then looked away. I was trying to protect the family by lying to me. By keeping things stable. Things weren't stable. They were fake. His father took the phone from my hand. He scrolled through the messages, his jaw tight. Then he handed it back. Where did you get these? His iPad, his email, his old phone. You went through his private things. He's my husband. I had a right to know. You had no right to invade his privacy. He had no right to cheat. My husband stepped between us. Dad, stop. She's out of control. She found out. That's not out of control. She's making this worse than it needs to be. How? I asked. How am I making this worse? His father turned to me. By refusing to forgive him. Forgive him for what? He hasn't even apologized. He's trying. No, he's making excuses. He's explaining. There's nothing to explain. He cheated. You all helped. That's it. His sister sat on the couch. Vanessa, you're not being fair. Fair to who? To him, to us, to the family. I'm not part of this family, not anymore. Don't say that. Why not? It's true. You all chose him over me. We didn't choose anyone. Yes, you did. You helped him lie. You covered for him. You made me look stupid. We never made you look stupid. said. You let me believe everything was fine when it wasn't. His mother sat beside his sister. We were trying to protect you. From what? From being hurt. I'm hurt now, because you went looking for it. I went looking because your son couldn't keep his lies straight. He was trying his best. His best was lying to me for 5 years. She folded her hands in her lap. Vanessa, honey, you need to calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. You're getting hysterical. I'm getting angry, there's a difference. You're yelling. Because you're not listening. We're listening. You're just not making sense. I looked at my husband. He stood by the window, staring at the floor. Say something. He didn't move. Say something. What do you want me to say? Anything. Defend yourself, apologize, tell them to leave. Something. He looked at his mother. She nodded slightly. He turned back to me. I'm sorry. For what? For hurting you? That's not an apology, that's a statement. I don't know what else you want. I want you to admit what you did. I already did. No, you said things got complicated. That's not admitting anything. His father stood. Vanessa, this is getting us nowhere, because none of you will tell the truth. We've told you the truth. No, you've told me excuses. We've explained the situation. The situation is that he cheated and you all helped. We didn't help him cheat. We helped him be happy. Those are the same thing. No, they're not. I heard a noise behind me. I turned. My daughter stood in the hallway, her brother beside her. They were both in pajamas staring at us. Mom, my daughter said. I crossed the room and knelt in front of her. Go back upstairs. Why is everyone yelling? We're just talking. It doesn't sound like talking. Go upstairs, please. She looked past me at her father. Dad? He didn't answer. Dad, what's happening? His mother stood. Everything's fine, sweetheart. Go back to bed. It's not fine, my son said. You're all fighting. We're not fighting, his sister said. We're just having a discussion. You're yelling. Sometimes adults raise their voices. About what? No one answered. My daughter looked at me. Mom, what's going on? I stood. Your dad and I are having some problems. What kind of problems? Adult problems. Like divorce? The word hung in the air. My husband finally moved, crossing the room toward the kids. No one's getting divorced. Then why is everyone here? My son asked. Because we're family. We're working things out. Working what out? Just some stuff. It's nothing you need to worry about. My daughter looked at me. Is dad in trouble? I didn't answer. Mom, go upstairs. Not until you tell me what's happening. Your father made some mistakes. We're trying to figure out what to do about it. What kind of mistakes? My husband stepped forward. That's enough. Both of you, go to your rooms. No, my daughter said. I want to know. It's not your business. You're our parents. It is our business. His mother moved toward the kids. Sweetheart, your mom and dad just need some time to talk. Why don't you come with me and we'll make breakfast? I don't want breakfast. I want to know what's happening. Nothing's happening. Then why is everyone here? Because we're family. You don't all come over unless something's wrong. His sister stood. Your mom's just upset about something. It'll blow over. Upset about what? It's complicated. My daughter turned to me. Mom, please just tell us. I looked at my husband. He shook his head slightly. I looked at his mother. She was watching me, her expression tight. I looked at the kids. Your father's been lying to me, I said. Vanessa, his mother started. He's been seeing someone else for years, and his family's been helping him hide it. The room went silent. My daughter stared at me. My son looked at his father. Is that true? My daughter asked. My husband didn't answer. Dad, is it true? It's complicated. That's not an answer. I made some mistakes. What kind of mistakes? The kind we're trying to fix. By lying? I wasn't lying. Mom said you were. Your mom's upset. She's not thinking clearly. My daughter looked at me. Is he lying? Yes. Vanessa, stop, his mother said. You're confusing them. They asked. I'm telling them the truth. They don't need to know this. They deserve to know. They're children. They're old enough to know when someone's lying. His father stepped forward. Vanessa, you need to stop. Right now. Why? Because I'm telling the truth? Because you're hurting them. I'm not the one who hurt them. He did. You're making it worse. I'm making it honest. My son started crying. My daughter put her arm around him. It's okay, she said, but her voice shook. My husband knelt in front of them. I'm sorry, I didn't want you to find out like this. Find out what? My son asked. That I made some mistakes. What mistakes? I hurt your mom. I wasn't honest with her. About what? He looked at me. I didn't help him. He turned back to the kids. About someone I've been spending time with. Who? Just someone. A girlfriend? He hesitated. Yes. My son pulled away from him. You have a girlfriend? It's not like that. Then what's it like? It's complicated. Everyone keeps saying that. My daughter wiped her eyes. How long? What? How long have you had a girlfriend? He didn't answer. Dad, how long? A while. How long is a while? A few years? She stared at him. A few years? I didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. Yes. And you didn't tell Mom. I didn't know how. You just say it. You tell the truth. I was trying to protect her. By lying? By not making things worse? Things are worse now. He stood. I know. My daughter looked at his mother. Did you know? His mother's face went pale. Sweetheart, did you know? It's complicated. That's not an answer. Yes, I knew. And you didn't tell Mom? I was trying to help your father. By lying to Mom? By supporting him. That's the same thing. No, it's not. My son looked at his grandfather. Did you know too? His grandfather nodded. And you didn't say anything? We were trying to keep the family together. By lying? By being supportive. My daughter turned to me. Did everyone know? Yes. Except you. Yes. She looked at her father. That's messed up. I know. You lied to her. For years. I was trying to figure things out. You had years to figure it out. I know. And you still lied. He didn't answer. My daughter took her brother's hand. Come on. They walked past all of us and went upstairs. I heard their door close. The room was silent. His mother finally spoke. You shouldn't have told them. They asked. You could have waited. For what? For you to come up with another lie? We weren't going to lie. That's all you've done. His father stepped forward. Vanessa, you need to keep your voice down. Why? So the neighbors don't hear? So the children don't hear more than they already have. They've heard enough. They know the truth now. You've traumatized them. I didn't traumatize them. He did. My husband turned to me. You didn't have to tell them like that. How should I have told them? Not in front of everyone? You brought everyone here. Because I thought we could work this out. There's nothing to work out. Yes, there is. No, there's not. You cheated. Your family helped. That's it. His mother sat down. Vanessa, please, can we just talk about this calmly? I am calm. You're yelling. Because none of you are listening. We're listening. You're just not being reasonable. Reasonable? You helped him cheat on me and you want me to be reasonable? We didn't help him cheat. You covered for him. You lied for him. You told me he was helping you when he was with her. We were trying to give him space. Space to cheat. Space to figure out what he wanted. He's married. He has kids. There's nothing to figure out. His father sat beside his mother. Vanessa, we understand understand you're angry. Angry doesn't cover it, but you need to think about what's best for the family. I am thinking about the family. That's why I'm telling the truth. The truth is hurting everyone. The lies hurt more. Not if no one knew about them. I stared at him. You think I should have just stayed quiet? I think you should have handled this privately. I tried. You all lied. We were trying to protect you. I didn't ask to be protected. You didn't have to. That's what family does. Family doesn't lie. Sometimes they do. To keep everyone safe. Safe from what? From pain. I'm in pain now because you went looking for it. I pulled out my phone and opened the screenshots. I held it out to his father. Look at this. Your wife telling him to delete messages. Telling him I'm getting suspicious. Helping him come up with excuses. That's not protecting me. That's betraying me. He looked at the screen. His face went gray. He handed the phone back without a word. Say something, I said. He didn't. Say something. He looked at his wife. She was staring at her hands. He looked at my husband. My husband was staring at the floor. We made a mistake, he finally said. A mistake? We should have told you. Yes, you should have. But we didn't. And now we're trying to fix it. You can't fix this. We can try. No, you can't. You all chose him over me. You lied to my face for years. You made me feel crazy for asking questions. You can't fix that. His mother looked up. We never meant to hurt you. But you did. We were trying to do what was best. For who? For everyone. Not for me. For the family. I'm part of this family. Of course you are. Then why did you treat me like I wasn't? She didn't answer. I looked at my husband. Tell them to leave. Vanessa, tell them to leave. They're my parents. And I'm your wife. Tell them to leave. He looked at his mother. She stood slowly, picking up her purse. His father stood beside her. His sister grabbed her coffee and walked toward the door. This isn't over, his mother said. Yes, it is. We're still family. No, we're not. She stared at me for a long moment. Then she walked out. His father followed. His sister paused at the door. You're making a mistake, she said. The mistake was trusting any of you. She left. My husband stood in the middle of the room, hands at his sides. You need to leave too, I said. This is my house. Not anymore. Vanessa, get out. He grabbed his keys and walked to the door. He stopped, turned back. I'm sorry. No, you're not. I am. You're sorry you got caught. That's not the same thing. He left. I locked the door behind him and stood in the empty living room. Upstairs, I heard my daughter's voice, muffled through the door, talking to her brother. I sat on the couch and put my head in my hands. I went upstairs and found the kids sitting on my daughter's bed. They looked up when I opened the door. Pack a bag, I said. We're leaving. My daughter stood. Where are we going? Aunt Rachel's, just for tonight. What about Dad? He can stay here. My son wiped his face. Are you getting divorced? I don't know yet, but we can't stay here right now. They packed quickly, shoving clothes and toothbrushes into backpacks. I grabbed my own bag and threw in whatever I could reach. We were in the car 15 minutes later. My sister opened the door before I could knock. She must have seen us pull up. Come in. The kids went straight to the guest room. I sat at her kitchen table and stared at the wall. What do you need? She asked. A lawyer. She pulled out her phone. I know someone. I'll text you the number. The next morning I called. The lawyer's office had an opening at noon. I went alone. I signed papers, answered questions, handed over screenshots. The lawyer said it would take time, but it was straightforward. Adultery, proof, no contest. I filed that afternoon. My phone started buzzing before I even left the building. His mother, his father, his sister. I blocked all of them. Then I blocked him. My sister's phone rang that night. His mother asking her to convince me to stop. My sister told her no and hung up. The next day, his sister posted on Facebook about family loyalty and forgiveness. I didn't respond. I deleted my account. A week later, my daughter asked if we were going back. I said no. She nodded and went back to her homework. I didn't just lose a husband. I lost a family that thought loyalty meant lying together. But I gained something too. Proof that I could walk away from people who chose comfort over truth. And I did.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your favorite part in the comments. See you in the next one.